Hello guys, today we're going to be doing What If Deku was Scorpion's Reincarnations, Part 2. So we left off, oh, I forgot to say, the kid with the ice powers, I'm going to name him Baki just because. Anyway, so, yeah, the last person, or not the last person, everybody looks at, Baki, and it's like, yeah, he's going to pass. They're all going to, all three of them are probably going to get to UA easy. And, yeah, Deku and Baki end up walking home together because they live pretty close to each other. Bakugo tries to talk to them and asks if they want to train, and Deku and Baki say no, and Bakugo's like, all right, and they all split away. Well, besides Baki and Deku split away from Bakugo, and they're walking, and they walk under a bridge, and then the sludge villain tries to attack them, but Baki immediately freezes him. So he's basically stuck in midair, which really doesn't make any sense. But in the game, that's possible. So I'm gonna say it. So yeah, he's stuck in midair, and then All Might appears, and Deku and Baki are just looking at All Might, and then look at the sludge villain, and then All Might asks who froze him, and Baki says, me, and All Might says, good job, you should become a hero. And what about you? Was he trying to protect you? And Deku just looks at him confused. Then Deku explains that we were just walking home together, and then that thing attacked us. And then they both asked for autographs, and All Might gave them to them. And then All Might asks what's Deku's quirk, and Deku says it's flame manipulation. Sorry, and I'm able to summon weapons, basically. And then All Might says that's a strong quirk. Both of you guys can be heroes one day. And All Might, Deku unfreezes the sludge villain with his fire, and All Might grabs the sludge villain and covers him, or puts him in a bottle. I said covers him. And Deku and Baki end up walking home. Well, they don't get there, but as they continue walking home, they hear an explosion and immediately turn and start running towards the explosion. Then Deku thinks about it and then stops. Baki's like, what? Deku's like, I'm gonna teleport over there. And then Baki's like, okay. He jumps down off of his ice because he was sliding on ice. And Deku puts his hand on Baki and they teleport. They teleport right in front of, or like right behind the crowd, where they see Bakugo fighting the sludge villain. They immediately run in. They don't even care about what the heroes are doing. They immediately run in. They just see that they're not doing anything, so they immediately run in. Like they just do it without even thinking about it. So yeah, Deku shoots a fireball right at the sludge villain. Not really doing anything to it, but it is burning a bit. Then Baki shoots an ice ball, and it almost freezes Baki with the sludge villain, but Deku's able to grab him and pull him out before he could. And then everybody's shocked. Everybody around them is shocked. and Baki and Deku just look around. And Bakugo says, "Thank you for helping me." That guy had a good grip on me. Even though he still is angry that they did save him. He thinks he had it control, but he knows he didn't have it under control. Sorry, I didn't. But yeah. And Deku and Baki both get scolded. I'm not gonna say that word again. I'm not even gonna try. They get yelled at by the pro heroes, but they did say that they did a good job, and yeah, they could really become a good pro duo team. A pro hero duo team. I'm probably not saying that right. But a pro hero team, basically. And everybody else is, or all the news is trying to talk to them and say, ask them a whole bunch of questions. But they both, Deku grabs onto Baki and they teleport past the crowd. They don't want to teleport home because they might miss stuff that they don't want to miss. Like they almost missed. If he would have teleported any farther than he did, he would have missed, everything basically. Deku and Baki are walking home, and then they're about to turn a corner, and then All Might lands in front of them and asks, "Which one of you has to be my successor?" And, well, not has to, but will one of you be my successor, basically. And Baki and Deku both refuse. They both say they really don't need the power, but they do know somebody that does. Well, not need it, but, will want a good power. Because Bakugo knows that he's weaker. And, yeah, it obviously is Bakugo. Come on. And, yeah, Deku and Baki end up walking over with All Might and finding Bakugo. And All Might says, "Isn't that guy from the Sludge Villain incident?" Or that kid from the Sludge Villain incident. And Baki and Deku are like, "Yeah." All Might starts talking to Bakugo, and yeah, they pretty much have the 10 months training. All Might trains Baki, Deku, and Bakugo. They all basically train for 10 months straight. And then, after 10 months is the entrance exam. Bakugo is basically mastered like 13% of One For All. He's figured out to put it all through his body because he's already had a quirk before. And since One For All boosts your quirk, he's able to let out explosions all over his body. So say if somebody snuck up on him and was about to attack him from his back, he's able to launch an explosion from his back, basically. And yeah. And his explosions are way stronger than they were since the training, because of the training and One For All boosting his explosion strength. So they get there. And Deku and Baki, they're just broken. Both of them are probably as strong as Scorpion and Sub-Zero during Mortal Kombat 9. So yeah, and I'm counting Baki as both the Sub-Zeros, so he's a bit weaker than Deku, but not by a lot. And I kind of don't want him to become new Saibot. Should I? I got it. Okay. Over the 10 months, Baki did tell them about his older brother, that he was a hero, and they thought he's dead. But he did have the same type of quirk as him, but it wasn't as strong. And Deku, Bakugo and All Might are like, okay, guys, that you did not hear that, okay, and that definitely was not. Whoa, okay, it was just a fork. Anyway, let me stop at this part. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, with the fork. Plastic fork. It's plastic fork. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, they get there and none of them fall, so they're just walking through, and they sign up, and then the written exam or the written part of the exam happens. They all go to sit down and start talking to each other, and then Ida immediately starts yelling at them for being so loud during the exam. And Deku's like, but you're yelling at us, and this makes Ida get that angers Ida, and Ida's like he's got a point though, so he basically sits down and shuts up. And the written exam happens. They all pass with ease, and then Deku, Baki, what the heck? Deku, Baki, and Bakugo, they all split up, or they all get split up by the thing, and I'm sorry, guys. They all get split up into different areas, which Baki, or not Baki, Deku goes into the same area he goes in before, or in canon, and Baki and Bakugo go into different ones too. But yeah, once the gates open for the robot part, Deku immediately runs up and teleports to a mountain, or not to a mountain, to the top of a city building, and then starts shooting fireballs, and then starts thinking, maybe I can light them all on fire through the center. So he focuses, and then boom, they all become all the robots around him become burst of fire and engulfing fire. Sorry, and Deku pretty much destroyed every robot there, and all the heroes that are watching are shocked. Besides All Might, obviously, and All Might is like, or not All Might. Nezu is like, wow, that kid is strong. He lit all of the robots on fire at one time. And Deku basically walks out the ring, or walks out of the place, because they said that he really wants to go. He can go if he really wants to, because he basically destroyed all the robots around. And then President Mike says to all the other remaining students, all the other remaining students, that they're going to be sending out more robots. But then before Deku starts to walk away, he hears screams and everybody running. Deku looks at once he hears a scream, he starts running towards the screams and ends up seeing Uraraka in the zero pointer. He sees Uraraka stuck under some rubble, so he immediately teleports over there and grabs her, teleports back, and then sends a huge fireball at the zero pointer. And it's super freaking hot, burning the zero pointer, and it basically blows up. And Uraraka gets healed by Recovery Girl, and Deku goes home. And now let's talk about Baki's part. Baki ends up once the gates open, he slides out and just starts freezing some robots, and then sending another blast to destroy them. Basically was doing that the entire time. not really letting anybody do anything. He freezes some more robots and just smashes into them with his ice. So he sees a whole bunch of robots around him and around the corners. So he just sends huge, what are they called? Ice explosion? I think I can't speak English. Oh my god, I'm not gonna try to say it again. But big ice mountains and destroying basically tons and tons of robots. And yeah, Zero Pointer comes. No one really gets injured by the Zero Pointer because Baki was able to stop him in time. So yeah, Deku ends up, or Baki ends up passing with ease, and then Bakugo's part pretty much goes the same as in canon, just with him punching robots sometimes, not all the time, and having a lot more speed. Not enough speed so it to the point it's noticeable, but you know. And yeah, Deku ends up, or Baki, Deku, and Bakugo all end up walking home towards their house, and Deku's like, I'm trying to teleport because I'm type tired, and Baki and Bakugo are like, all right, whatever, and they all teleport to Deku's house, and Deku says we can all vibe here, talking about going to his house and sitting down and chilling. And yeah, a few days go by, and something comes in the mail. Inko grabs it and sees it's from UA, and she immediately hands it to Deku, very happy. And Deku's like, okay, chill, mom. And he opens it, and All Might appears and says the same lines he does in canon, but he says like he came in first place. Baki gets one from his parents, and he says that he got second place, and Bakugo gets his from Mitsuki, his dad, I forgot his name. And yeah, it pretty much says that he got third place. So yeah. Peace out, everybody. Alright, I'm gonna leave it off here, and peace out, everybody. Goodbye.